Hi, everyone. My name's Cindy Soderberg, and as part of the stewardship campaign, I'd like to share with you about my faith journey and about being a member of Aldersgate. Many of you know that I have been a part of Aldersgate since I was quite young. I came with my parents, Carl and Emma Soderberg, when they decided to join Aldersgate Church. That was when I was 13 years old in the late 60s. Aldersgate was very young at that time and a small community of members, and I became a part of the youth group. It was a small group, but it was a mighty group, and had a good time being a part of that ministry and achieving friends and learning about God. And it acquired a faith in me, or I developed a faith in me that has stayed with me throughout my life. But of course, as I was a young adult, I went off on my own, and occasionally I'd come back, and I always felt comfortable coming back to Aldersgate to participate in events or do the Easter Christmas thing with the family. Now, I did go to different churches as I was trying to establish my own direction and my way with my faith. And yet there was a long gap in my young adult life, and there was something lacking for a long time, and it came evident to me that I was missing having church. So I did my journey. The interesting thing is, though, I went to a funeral service for a coworker. Her daughter had passed away, and interestingly enough, that was 31 years ago this week that funeral was. So I went to that service. It was at the United Methodist Church on Mercer Island. And you know what? When I went into church that day, I felt like I had come home. I then, shortly after, became a member of that church, and that coworker, whose name is Ruth, who I live with now and have for 20 years, we became very good friends. And so we participated in the church together in activities, and I worked with youth group and did crazy things like go to Mexico to build houses. But at one point, Ruth and I found ourselves in looking for another church, and it came to mind that how about going to see Aldersgate in my home church of my youth. And we went and we became members of that, and that was about 13 years ago. I really came home at that time. I just felt comfortable with being back, and a lot of people that I knew as youth were still members of the church, and even a couple of youth members that I participated in activities with were members of the church as an adult. So I am so pleased to be back at Aldersgate and to be a part of the community. I find that community support is so important. I learned that from my parents, and to participate, and I'm having an opportunity to be a part of the community in a very positive way as in this difficult time in our lives, in our community, and being in the pandemic and just what's going on in the world. So it's led me to have more of a belief and to let God lead me and listen to God, and hear the message of providing service and support to my church community of Aldersgate. So I hope that you are safe and that you are well. And don't forget to turn in your pledge cards. And I hope to see you in live church services sometime in the not too far future. So take care.